You are standing in your kitchen. In front of you is a bottle. Perhaps it is a premium, cold-pressed olive oil you paid good money for, or a costly balsamic vinegar, a pure clove oil for your health, or another precious natural product. You reach for the cap, twist it open, hear that familiar faint grinding of the thread, pour out some liquid, and screw it back on. A completely everyday action, done thousands of times in your life. But have you ever bothered to really look at what physically happens in that tiny, inconspicuous moment of friction? I am talking about a mechanical problem that dominates our modern packaging industry, yet is ignored or entirely unrecognized by the absolute majority of people throughout their lives. It is about the lids. To be precise, all kinds of metallic screw caps, tin plate covers, and aluminum lids sitting on hard bottlenecks, mostly made of glass. The industry sells you the purest, healthiest contents, but they deliver it in a system that destroys itself with every single use. And the remnants of this destruction do not just vanish, they land exactly in the product you are about to consume. I've observed this phenomenon closely for a long time. When you take the hard glass or plastic neck of a bottle and force a softer metal thread over it with pressure, abrasion occurs. This is an undeniable law of physics. When hard material meets softer material, the softer one must yield. With every single twist open and twist shut, microscopically small metal particles, tiny aluminum splinters, or tin dust are ground away from the inside of the lid and the edge of the bottle's thread. The treacherous part is that you do not see it at first. This abrasion is so minimal that it remains invisible to the naked eye in your hectic daily life. Yet, as my own macro footage and videos which I recorded specifically to document this, unequivocally prove, this metallic fine dust accumulates directly on the bottleneck. It lies right there, exactly on the path your food must take. If you haven't cared about this phenomenon until now, or if you've ignored it out of convenience, I invite you to change your perspective, because what happens here has a direct impact on your organism. Now, you might say, wait a minute, most of these modern bottles have a pressed-in plastic insert in the neck, that little pourer, often made of PE plastic, designed to regulate the flow. Many believe this plastic insert acts as a shield, preventing anything from the outside from flowing back into the glass bottle. If you think that, you need to observe fluid dynamics more closely. Liquids like oil or vinegar possess capillary action. With every pour, the inner contents of the bottle almost inevitably come into contact with the outer edge of the thread. A tiny drop of oil runs along the rim, exactly to where the metal particles from screwing the cap lie. During the next pour, or often the very first time, right as the liquid flows, the oil picks up these microscopic abrasive particles. The liquid grabs the fine metal dust from the edge and transports it straight into your meal. You are seasoning your salad not just with olive oil, but with an invisible pinch of industrial aluminum or tin abrasion. Physically, this is nearly impossible to avoid as long as this packaging system is used. And this is not mere theory. Science knows this process as tribology, the study of friction and wear. A highly current investigation published in 2024 in the MDPI Journal of Applied Sciences analyzed this exact phenomenon in bottle caps. The researchers proved that significantly higher amounts of metallic residues, in this case tin, accumulate in liquids from bottles with metal screw caps. And here's the crucial point. This happened even though the caps were equipped with protective plastic inlays. The mechanical abrasion at the edges simply overcomes these barriers. The French Agency for Food, Environmental and Occupational Health and Safety, ANSES, also investigated microscopic contamination in beverages in a comprehensive study in 2023. The result was equally clear. The mechanical friction on metal caps of glass bottles alone is enough to release microscopic particles that inevitably trickle into the bottle's contents. The problem is absolutely real and measurable. But why is this so dangerous? Why should I urgently advise you to avoid these types of metallic lids? Because these particles transported into your food are essentially industrial foreign bodies. They are substances that have absolutely no place in a human body. If you ingest aluminum or other metal particles through your food, a catastrophe doesn't happen overnight. You don't just drop dead after eating a salad. That is exactly why this danger is so extremely underestimated. It takes time. It is a creeping process, a continuous accumulation over years and decades. Only with increasing age do the health side effects appear once these metals have settled in your tissue, your organs, or your nervous system. The European Food Safety Authority, EFSA, officially warns about the accumulation of aluminum in the body. Aluminum is strongly suspected of damaging the central nervous system, promoting neurodegenerative diseases and impairing reproduction. EFSA has therefore set a strict limit, a maximum of 1 milligram of aluminum per kilogram of body weight per week. But how quickly is this limit reached when you consider how many sources we as humans involuntarily absorb metals from today? When even the expensive, healthy oil that is supposed to nourish and protect you becomes a source of contamination through its own closure. It is a grotesque contradiction. People pay meticulous attention to organic seals, avoid pesticides, and then drizzle metal dust over their meals through a simple, flawed mechanical screw mechanism. Realistically, these bottle caps are an archaic construction based on wear and tear. But I won't leave you alone with this problem. There is a simple, highly effective trick to counteract this. You can, of course, continue to buy these premium oils and essences in their original bottles with metal lids, even though I personally consider this packaging massively counterproductive, unless someone with influence in the industry finally forces manufacturers to rethink. Until then, I have a practical workaround for you. The solution looks like this. Right after the very first opening, take a slightly damp cloth and thoroughly clean the bottle's thread of any metal particles created during manufacturing or by breaking the seal. Then, immediately transfer the entire contents into a different container that definitely does not have a metallic lid. Ideally, use a vessel made entirely of glass, including the stopper, like a classic apothecary bottle. There are also bottles with genuine wooden corks. You can easily find such harmless alternatives online. But even if you transfer the liquid into a container with a food-safe lid made of pure plastic, it's a massive improvement. Some will cry out, but what about the plastic lid? Doesn't it release microplastics and have carcinogenic properties? Here, we must view things realistically and with physical sobriety. The amount of potential toxins from a static plastic lid that merely rests on top of the bottle or is closed with light pressure is negligible. Why? Because there is no hard friction here. Glass doesn't cut into the plastic every time you open it. In the ideal case, the plastic lid barely comes into contact with the oil. The issue of microplastics is absolutely to be taken seriously, but in this specific mechanical comparison, the frictionless plastic closure is miles superior to the self-grinding aluminum thread. It is about banishing unnecessary burdens from our lives. We as humans have enough complex problems to handle anyway. Staying healthy also means critically questioning the tools and containers of our daily routines. I hope this information helps you remove another small but crucial source of error from your life. I like to end my reflections with a brief thought, an attitude of connectedness that is important to me. May this knowledge serve you and all that is good, and harm no one. Take care of yourself, and stay observant.